my name is Beth Hattie here for Board Game Geek. I'm sitting down with Christian from the Scorpion Mask, and you brought us Stay Cool.
Yeah, Stay Cool, the multitask game. So it's a brand new French copy of the game. It's pre-release on the Cannes Festival, and we are currently translating the game to English. I will explain you how it works. There's one active player. Let's say that you are the active player.
Right.
You got 7 dice with letters on them. Vowels are on the white die, okay? And the 2 players on each side of you will ask you questions, okay? So the first player will ask you the green questions. You answer verbally as fast as you can.
Okay.
Because you have the send timer here. I don't know. Yes, we can see it. Mm-hmm. So as soon as the first question is asked, the send timer will start. And there's one player that will flip it 3 times for you. So you got 4 times 30 seconds. That's 2 minutes if I calculate correctly. So you got 2 minutes to answer as many questions as possible. At the same time that you're answering those questions, there's another player here who also asks you questions. And you answer those questions by writing your answer with the die here, the dice. So you manipulate them to write your answers while you're doing the other questions.
Now, since we have just the 2 of us,
yes.
Why don't you give me a couple examples, since this is in French, you're gonna have to help me out, of some of the questions that I might get verbally.
Very simple question. The thing is that since you're doing both at the same time, your brain is something like... So classify those words by alphabetical order. Voiture is a French word, so we would give you 3 words that begin with the letter V, and of course you try to figure out who's the kindest player at the table, or name 3 military grades or rank.
Yep.
How many legs does a spider got? So, really simple questions.
Okay. And then while I'm trying to answer those, I'm also word building.
Manipulating the dice to answer my questions, okay? At the end of the round, of the 2 minutes, your score is the multiplication of the points you did here times the points
so you
did.
need to balance things out.
Yes, because even if you do 5 on this one, which is the perfect score, times 0, this is still 0.
I imagine the whole crux of the game is the person in that hot seat has to stay cool, perhaps, and while juggling 2 things at the same time.
And it's a fun game also for players who are not the active players, because we're making fun of you. Now, this was the first round. There's a second round, which is the same. But I knew it. But you now have to tell the player who checked the send timer to flip it before the send runs out. Okay? And if you forget to say send timer to flip it before the send timer runs out of send, then your turn's over.
Oh!
So you still score your points, but you got less time.
Right.
And the third round, because they're the third and last round, I'll ask you this, is the exact same thing, but you don't see the send timer. So you're answering 2 kinds of questions while calculating in your head how much time you got, and flip it as late as possible, but not too late.
Right, and of course everyone's experiencing that ramping up.
Yes, so there's really a build-up of the tension in the game. In the first rounds you score more points, and then it becomes more and more difficult, but it's really a tense and really fun, original experience.
So how many players?
So there's no limit, but of course if you play with 25 it'll be a little bit long. So we suggest playing between 3 and 7 players.
Just to keep things a little bit more contained.
Yes.
Well, if you guys want to check that out, that is Stay Cool, which will be is in French and available
in English.
Here. English coming in later this year.
Yes.
So, and that is being published by Le Scorpion Mask. And Christian, thank you again.
Thank you very much.